Continent by landmass. Asia, Australia, Antarctica.
Hey, Noah, we see your face.
When it's not the morning time, I'm a little bit less worried about my face. It's just
Oh, you shouldn't be worried about your face. You're a handsome devil. How is everyone?
how is everybody? You're right.
I'm good, Ben. How are you?
Oh, I am kind of ill at the present. The first time in a long time, but I'll be fine.
Hey, I'm home from the hospital, but still suffering some imbalance issues. So I'm physically okay, but just kind of weird.
Yes, bless you. That's terrible. That's tough. The universe had to find a way to stop you, I suppose.
I guess so. I was going to be too great, so they had to find a
That's
way
the problem.
to help me up.
Just lifted 60 pounds at the gym today, so
Awesome.
Okay.
the
Fantastic.
barbell rack.
Nice.
Very good. Good deal.
Full power. I love it. Oh dear. Right, yawning away.
Well, Ben, I'm glad even though you're under the weather, you're still here hanging out. What else you got to do though, right?
Exactly. I'd only be going to bed. It's 10 o'clock in the evening here, and I thought, well,
Okay.
I can at least come and see you all for a brief moment, as I've missed several. I keep having to go to work, you see, which is a terrible drain on the resources.
It really is.
But I've got some time now before I'm back. I'm back on day shift on Sunday, so I have a brief reprieve from the nonsense.
I'm going to try to break out to my son's adult soccer league game tonight, as long as I can see straight enough to follow just one soccer ball.
Well, that's grand. As
I
as I
think
said to Noah, you've got to join in with the chanting as well.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to know you got to channel the true football spirit or soccer spirit for you, I suppose.
That's the plan.
Somebody asked me the other day if I was talking to somebody about soccer, would I use the word football? And it feels like almost pretentious to do so in America. So like I would only say the word football if I was talking to someone who also watched soccer a lot, but I would never try to explain soccer to someone as football. It feels pretentious.
I agree.
I think we all call it what we call it. As long as we all know what we mean, then what's the harm, I say.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we
When
we
speaking to
have
my
football.
American cousins, I think football is a different experience for you guys. And as a fan myself, I can agree with that. That's fine. As long as we're all on the same page, why does it matter?
See,
You
that's
know?
what we need in this group, Ben. Really need that positive.
Mm.
Not
Well,
just
hopefully
making
we
fun
can
of
get
each
that
other
positivity
24/7.
to spread, because that's one thing. Another thing about this group that's so great is it really has had no trolls. I've no seen a negative comment, a negative person, a negative action, and it's all is about uplifting everybody. And the people that don't belong, weed themselves out. We don't have to worry about it. So awesome. And I see Jen's
Unless
here.
it's a negative pull-up. Woo!
Hey,
Wow.
that's a good negative though.
Hi,
I,
Jen.
I like the,
Hi,
the cheeky flex
guys.
going on there.
And we
We needed
segue
that.
into
Thank you.
Jen.
Guess what?
Hello.
This is great. Hi, everybody.
I just
Hey.
lifted 60 pounds today. The barbell. The barbell at the gym.
Yeah.
I just lifted 60 pounds.
What,
I
what,
showed
what, were you,
someone and they're like, "You're so strong."
wait, were
That's
you
awesome.
squatting? Were you pressing? Were you
And
deadlifting? What
I
did you
was
do?
doing like the deadlift kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of.
And the 20 and 30s are too light now.
Yeah, good. Congratulations, Jeanette. Way to go, girl. We love
I have
seeing
one
that.
more workout left, and then I'm
In
done.
foundation,
Foundation repeat.
we
And
all
I'm
know what
trying to
that means.
decide between next level and maximum your strength.
You will
So
not go wrong with either. And
one
frankly,
question. Can I
you're
do
one
two?
second, Jeanette. Go ahead. I don't want to talk over you. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I still do the 2 workouts a week if I do a new program or when I do a new program?
So what I do, because I kind of need to protect my schedule, I end up making it a flexible and put the flexible in settings, and then the exercise will just shift down for you. So
Okay, I still have it like that. So
yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be
okay,
fine.
cool.
All right, cool. Congrats, girl. You've got a lot of comments in the feed here saying hello. It's great to see everybody. And obviously, Coach Nick is competing for World's Strongest Man right now. So we did put it in the actual article that I posted the other day. So you can log on there. I think there's a little, like, as a payment, like a subscription fee to go. Man, it's worth it. Having a chance to watch him compete at the Santa Monica Classic that Noah was a big organizer for was one of the most thrilling, exciting applications of strength I've ever seen in my life. And what you're really going to appreciate if you can just flip it on, like whatever you're doing today, like watching Nick compete, watching him put his money where his mouth is, watching his focus, it is exciting. And you start to see that all this strength training really takes you exciting places. And there was actually a couple of questions. Emily asked the one, like, I want to do that. What does that look like? And we'll talk about that today. So go cheer for him, or at least spam his Instagram so he knows that we love him and we're proud of him. Okay. We have had a little heads together moment as coaches to prioritize the form checks first. So I am going to dive right into that to make sure I get to everyone's video that goes up front. And then based on timing, I have questions that were asked in the comment place of the app, in the article. So I'll get to that as many as I can. I do want to make one mini shout out. Show of hands who updated their app and see now the individual groups. Yes. Who's already joined a group? Yes. It's the coolest, guys. And this is why there is nothing like this community, this app, this team on the planet. It's something you guys asked for. It's happening and it's real and it's right. It's arrived. So I don't know. I'm joining a few myself. Join what's important to you and be on your way. It's very exciting. So if you haven't done this, you'll see, and I'm just going to take 1 second to show you. If you open your app and you go to your home, your I would say the community, which is that article tab right in the middle, you'll see it says articles on the left side and groups on the right side. And that's where you can go explore what groups are there to get involved and introduce yourself and to get to have a little bit more deeper connection with other members in the group and the coaches. I'm seeing your notes. Everyone's joining later. Fantastic. Okay, I am going to jump right into form checks. And I'm going to share my screen, making sure this is loaded where I want. I also just want to say thank you. I put a little note in my message this time about prioritizing 1 or 2 lifts. Thank you for respecting that. We were getting inundated with so many videos and we want to get to them all, but we end up, if we do just 5 videos of like Peggy, then I can't get to, it was never you. That's why I'm picking on you. We can't get to everybody. So thanks for respecting that so we can help more in the village. Okay. And here we go. Oh, what a delight. Okay, getting into it. Jose, you've been so consistent with these deads. Let's go for it. Oh, wait. Am I in the wrong? I need to do this one for Noah. Yeah? Yes. Okay, and we're going. Jose, that was terrific. I like the dead stop at the bottom. I like how he brings those shoulders in. The irony is that your second rep was actually a bit better than your first rep. Locking those shoulders, pinning them down, driving the hips forward, great control all the way up and down. I love these. I do see, and we go through this a little bit. Look at his hips. The hips go first. It's like a little bit of a twerk happening. Berkman's comp, guys, don't do it. So you just want to make sure as you load, and I'm going to pause this, the hips and the shoulders are moving at the same time going up. Same time, not hips before shoulders. But Jose, this looks great. It's far improved from what I've been seeing you do sending in the past. So well done. Really well done. Okay, Adakin, we've been working hard on this, buddy. Let's see what we got. Attica clearly has an Amazon order issue. We'll cover that later. Kidding. I remember this conversation. So I'm going to pause it for a moment. So Attica wrote a question in the comment saying, is it cheating that I've kind of put a ledge under my toes? No. We want you to stabilize in the position so you can work the muscle with the right amount of exertion for each rep. So you can't see his feet out of frame, but he put a little ledge there. That's okay. I don't mind you creating a secure position so you can keep the focus where the work needs to be, which is in your chest, your arms, and even your core. I will point out that your elbows are pretty strong 90-degree angles. And if you think about like a bench press, you guys would never bench like this to your neck, right? Let's take out the Swift. We would never bench like this. So we don't really want to replicate a chest exercise, even though it's a bodyweight push-up in the same way. We want to make sure the chest is hitting the bench just below the nipple line at the top of the midsection of the rib cage. And you can see that automatically puts my shoulders in a better angle. So all I want you to do, Attica, is make sure you're bringing your chest to that ledge versus your neck. And the elbows will come down and you're going to be in a stronger position. And you'll find that you're going to be able to move through those reps with a lot more strength and a lot more request on the muscle we're trying to work, which is really the chest, the arms, and even that back. Cool? Aha. Okay, I like how this must be Coach Nick's words that you're trying to action here, which is great. This is the bench with putting her shoulders in her pockets. I'm just trying to move our faces a little bit out of the way. How do I?
Oh, Jen, but we saw this video at the last Zoom. I sent another one today, but this one
you already did it.
From check it at Wednesday.
You already did this one. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Do we know?
Yeah, Jen, do you want me to look at it on my end?
What, sweetheart?
I said, do you want me to look at it on my end?
Well, I think what she's saying, this was from last week or for Wednesday. So did we remove the videos that were already reviewed from Wednesday?
Wednesday was today's Friday. Yes, they should have been.
So
go ahead.
Because I sent one for today. I just sent the one. I don't know.
Hard to tell. I'll just skip it for now so we get to your next one. Thanks for shouting that out. But I thought I saw a couple from you. So sometimes, because we save your video, so maybe it just didn't get moved over. But thank you for that. And we'll get to yours when it comes up in order.
Okay.
That one's from Wednesday too.
Oh, okay. See, this is great. How about this one?
Yeah, that's today.
Okay. Yeah, you just shout out. This will be helpful for me. Thanks, guys. Okay. Tell me what SPOTO means.
So it's the Spotto press. It's the one that you bring it down and just keep it like a couple of inches away from your chest, hold it, and then press it up again.
Rad. Okay.
I don't know if you'll see the bar, but I mean, you'll see me stop.
I believe you. I do love that little, the tension in your hips, nice rib cage. I can see your shoulders pinning back. Strong lift off. Oh, that's dirty work. That's so good. So what's cool, guys, is what we're talking about is instead of allowing the bar to come all the way to his chest and bounce off or use any kind of momentum on that down up spring, Andres is pausing. And what I'm looking for is control. So when you're paused here, the bar doesn't deviate. It's not moving around front to back. It's not dipping. You are locked in and holding that position. It's almost like a hovercraft for all of our sci-fi nerds, me being a little big one. So this is great. This is exactly what I want. And I like that there's no fidgeting down here. Your ass is switched on. Nice work.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And
Yeah,
it's a
man.
pain in the butt to do that.
Correct. It is so whenever you're getting stronger, that's the beauty of strength training. There's always a way to make it a little harder. Saying, okay, do the weight under control with a hold. That's hard work. Nice job. Perfect.
Hey, Jen,
thanks.
do you want to give your page a refresh? Because when I opened the form checks, it only showed the ones that were for today. Oh, there you go. Then I just saw your large number change. We should be good.
Oh, I just saw that too. Good job. How did that's so weird, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, but I think we're good.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's the
Guys,
one I sent.
Noah's
for today.
magic. Noah's magic. helping the old folks with the stuff. Go ahead, Emily.
I said that it's the one I sent for today.
Thanks for confirming. We're on track. We rule. Okay, so this is the barbell clean and jerk. Okay, so Emily, I'm actually going to reference your question. Was this part of your programming today or part of your question that you wrote me?
It's the part of the question that I wrote. I write.
Mm-hmm. So let me find your name.
In my program, I have a barbell bent row to do, but I saw you on Instagram.
Yeah,
do the
I'm going to
clean
read
and
the
jerk.
question, Emily. Hold on, sweetheart.
Okay.
So this is perfect. So this is you had shared some movements on Instagram, and we posted this on our Pump Club Instagram and mine, basically showing clean and jerks. Okay, and I taught how we can do it with dumbbells as a way to take the strength system that we've really invested in the pump and transferring it to other dynamic, powerful athletic movements, being a clean and jerk. And so Emily has attempted this on her own, and I'll go ahead and give you feedback on the video. But I do want to talk about that. She goes, I don't know how to approach this because I want to try everything. Honestly, I love doing it, but I do want to stick to my program. So here's what I would say. If Emily's been a member since the beginning, are you 2.5 years in?
Almost.
Almost, yeah, exactly. And
it's
how much
more than 2 years.
How much weight would you say you've lost total?
What?
How much weight have you lost? You've had quite a transformation.
A lot of weight, but now I gain some.
Right,
so
right. To put muscle back on. Right.
My weight was yo-yoing. In 2020, I was 200, but after I lost, I lost again. When I started the pump club, I was at 175. I don't know how to say it.
It's okay. I'm going to stop. Emily, I'm going to stop you there. What I'm trying to illustrate is this program works for you. And so it's important to respect and honor the system that works. And we know for Emily, she has stopped yo-yoing her weight. She is stronger to the point where she's putting muscle on. Okay. So the answer to this is you should maintain your relationship with your pump programming. Okay. Now to add on is you could take a different day, or you can use this at the end of your pump workout to start to practice some of these. I also am a huge advocate of going to classes. There are so many barbell gyms and opportunities. Like I'm teaching a strength clinic this weekend on barbells. So you should put yourself out there, sign yourself up, and maybe you take one of your pump days and just slide it forward, right? So you could take a lifting class that specializes in this. So you can start to gain more experience, more reps with this barbell movement while you're a bit fresher. Okay. So that's how you do it. Like I do it all. I do my pump workouts. I do a CrossFit class. I'll do a Pilates class. I'll go walk 10 miles. I do it all. I just let it fit together. And that's why I love that flexible schedule. So let's go ahead and play it. She's got the curl barbell, which is nice. They're pre-weighted.
It's kind of new for me, the barbell movement. So
yep.
Because I wasn't go to the gym before. I was doing only dumbbells.
Oh, these are rows, not a clean and jerk.
After I finish my set I try to. It's not like it's really hard to just. But
okay.
I was thinking that practicing.
Whenever you guys are learning a new skill, a new position, we do not want to do it under fatigue, because what fatigue does is breaks down the correct shapes and positions for our body. So she did a great bent over row, and to go from that level of fatigue into a brand new exercise is something I don't want you guys to put next to each other. Okay. So what's happening to break down your movement though You've got it started at your hips. So the key is, see how the first thing I see are your arms bent? We'll look at the mirror. So believe it or not, a clean and jerk really has very little to do with your upper body pulling. This is a transfer of energy from your relationship with the ground through your hips, and the barbell moves as a side effect of that hip explosiveness. And then your arms go around to catch it. So you're trying to pull yourself into position. Whereas if you load your hips and let the bar move, you'll be able to get there the same way. So now we're pulling,
Okay.
you're getting a little stuck, you're having with your rib cage, you try to add more momentum. Now we've got what I would call, and I'll stop let's see, how can I make myself full screen? I'll stop my share. Where's the Swiffer? So you're here, you're doing this to make the bar go up, which if it's a Swiffer, it's no problem. But you start to load that bar, you're like, oh, I have nowhere to go. So what I'd rather see is you're here, you load with your hips. See how I kind of bring my hips forward and now I've got this bend? I've got my hips, my butt, my legs, everything's loaded. And so what you have is you drive up from there. Okay, so and then the after the load, then the arms go up. So this is called triple extension. So you're trying to pull before you load. And so what I would recommend you doing is downshifting and just going into high pulls, which is the first piece of the clean and jerk. So you can start to get familiar with it. That means you load here, we come here, you get it to your hips, and you pull and you reset. So load, hips, pull, reset in that order. Okay?
Okay.
I would do that. And then next time I teach, upload your hang, high pull, and I'll give you corrections on that to go to the next step. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
But
very
do
much.
it fresh. So finish, so like I'd actually rather have you do this on not after the long workout, like not after the row, and just work here, high pull, and just only do 2 or 3, right? I would lighten that barbell as well. Go lighter so you're hitting the right position. And then you're going to feel, I think, more in control of where the bar is going. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You bet, sweetie. By the way, great jerk. And I love the expression here. But you have a beautiful lockout. I want less arch in your rib cage and a little bit more bend in that back knee. But I'd rather have us work up to this, okay, Emily? This is not bad for a first stab at it, but I want to work up to this position.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Step by
brilliant.
step. Thank you.
Yeah, step by step. Yeah, but I'm going to help you do it. Okay, Sandra. Oh, the front squats. We've been talking about it. All right, let's see it, girl. Okay.
Still like Dream
Yep.
with Jeannie.
This is great. Pretty darn good. Look at the way the elbows stay high and you're driving the hips up.
You know, am I far down enough? That's my big concern about any squats. It feels like the front step, it's easier to get down further.
Ironically, for me too. I can't go as heavy, but I can feel the load. So technically, yeah, like your knees here, your hip, your femur ends here. I would take you here.
Okay.
For sure. Yep. But I think what's going to help you is 2 things. Because what I love is your elbows are totally parallel to your quads, which means you're stacked the right way.
Yeah.
But there's 2 things I see. One, and it's something that's not often taught, and I learned it from Eddie Cohen, who's like arguably one of the greatest power lifters on the planet. He talks about, and I'm going to stop the share so I can show you. It's worth it for everybody. Any kind of squat you guys do he talks about reaching your inner thighs. So you're in your front squat And he talks about reaching with your groins open, right? Create some space. And if you're closed off, there's no way I can get lower. There's just no way. So one thing I do a slight turnout, not a big turnout in my toes, just a slight. And when I go down, I think, can I reach and really utilize those inner thighs as stabilizers and as workers. So think about reaching from up at the origin of your inner thigh. Okay, that's number one. The other thing, I saw a lot of this. I saw like you were you were breathing, but like when I come to any kind of squat, I'm set, I breath, I brace.
Okay.
I don't care if it's part of your warm-up set. I want you creating that rhythm, that pattern, that expectation on your core. Because I just saw that variability, and I think you'll have confidence going a little bit lower if you create that stability at the top of the rep. Cool?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You're not far off, though. This looks great.
Thank you.
Of course, sweetheart. Of course. And I saw a comment in the chat. I do love this for anyone that's watching. It's like, she's doing this kind of, I call it the I Dream of Genie. This is a great way to start. If this position with the front rack is too much, you can go here. Or even Nick and I love teaching like Frankensteins, right? Or mummies. You know, some sort of Halloween character for sure. Okay, Benny, here we go. Oh, the creativity with your arm, your wrists, your wrist weights. Oh, thank you for the perfect angle. Love the Arnold shirt. So, pointing something out. A lot of times we have restriction in our bodies that don't allow us to take in the full request of the muscle belly. So this is pretty darn close to perfect. Benny, I love that your hips are above your knees. I love that your elbows are pointing at the ceiling. And the fact that I can see this, the profile of his face tells me he's got a really open lat and tricep. A long muscle is a strong muscle. We hear coach say it a lot, but when we have a greater stretch, we have greater access to growth. I do see a little bit of this. You guys see the angle I've got on his armpit? It's minor, but even here, you can see it's a little closed off. The only thing I would say is and because of that, by the way, you can see he's a little bit rounded in his seat. He's making a C shape versus an L. So all I would ask you to do is roll out your lats and your chest a little bit before days that you have overhead, whether it's a press or an overhead tricep. I mean, even me, I'm not perfect. But I would take a little more access here, Ben, and you'll get a deeper connection to your tricep belly and further in. But this is really nice. Your feet are steady. You're stacked. Your chin is up. Another thing people do is they start to drop their chins and they push like this. His chin's up. He looks great. Very, very, very high quality. I'm just going to be greedy and ask you to get this rolled out and do it a little bit so you get a little more range. Okay, Jonathan, dumbbell high pull. Oh, this is so perfect, Emily, because this is kind of what I want you to do. I'm wondering if this is dynamic or not. Let's no, this is what we talked about, right? Is it supposed to be dynamic or static, right? In the coaches thread?
Yes.
Yeah, this is pretty good. So what I'm looking for is, I actually like the range of motion. I'm going to actually slow this down. So whether you're going isolated, right, slow and strict, or you're using hip momentum. So this is pretty darn good. A couple of things I want to point out. I know we're taking videos for coaches, guys. Eyes are always up. Where your eyes go, your body follows. So Jonathan, you're already putting yourself at like a disadvantage because you're kind of angled forward. And we want this expression to be really vertical. So I want my elbows just slightly above the dumbbells or the barbell. And because he's kind of forward, he's kind of in this downward position. Okay. So eyes are up and we're vertical. And you can see as he gets a little more tired, right now he looks pretty flush. His hips are open. He's just tucked his head down. But as the reps start to build, his hips start to get more and more closed. So what I would rather have you do is drop down just a hair. What did I do with my dumbbells? Drop down just a hair. And you can be up like this. This is what that upright pull should look like. And by the way, for everyone asking, oh, well, Jen, what if I'm going loaded and heavier? Right? But Jen, what if I have a barbell? Right? Like identical sequencing, identical feeling. But you got to get vertical because the whole point is using an expression of your hips to move up. And if we're not doing a dynamic high pull and it's truly an upright row, when we're then isolating the strength in the upper body without the legs, which is another really great way to give you like background support with those Olympic lifts. Cool. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, Mindy, thanks for saying that. I get so into coaching mode. In the chat, she goes, "You are looking so strong, Emily. Like, love seeing your progress." I know, like, you guys are insane. Like, I can't tell you how not normal this is. Like, people don't get strong like this. Like, this is bananas. And I'm just like, your elbow's a little bit in this time. It's like, you guys are doing amazing. I just try to be as technical as I can to give you more information. But yeah. Jean-Luc, if somebody, thanks, John, for already chiming in. Yeah, maximize your strength has the high pull. Thank you, guys. My face is red. I'm sweating. My brain. Has any of you guys seen The Birdcage with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane?
Long
All I
time
can think
ago.
about. Yeah, it's worth a rewatch. When I said I'm like sweating, I'm hot, my brain went to Hank Azaria's character going, "He worked hard for the money. Do you guys know what scene I'm talking about? So
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, it's worth it. The Birdcage, you're welcome. Okay, we've got one more from Jonathan, the seated, clean, and press. I think you sent in a question in the comments as well. Oh, gorgeous. Notice how Jonathan's got in a perfect position. His hips are parallel, now slightly higher than his knees. Oh, he did good on the first two. He's starting to choke up a little bit on the arms. There's that hinge. So I love what he's doing. Look at this moment. Yes, it's a hinge. It's a load. The weights go long. And then he comes up and transfers that energy into that front rack position and goes right into that press. That's a gorgeous clean and press. Now, being seated, it gets tough because we're limiting you to just your upper body. But I love how he's stacked up. Dude, very little notes, man. I like this. It is a hard exercise to repeat because you get tired on the way down. You can see his dumbbells kind of going out. You can see him starting to pull a little bit sooner. Only thing I would say, Jonathan, is maybe separate the reps a little bit more. Okay. And I know I'm doing this a lot to you guys today, but bear with me. So he's kind of on repeat. Like I would just say, start here, clean, press, down, down. Clean, press, down, down. Separate them. When you give your body just a little bit of a beat, you're gonna bring the quality up because you have a second to kind of reset your position and to kind of acknowledge where you want that request to come from. So that's what I like. Steve, once you get into heavier weights, is there more of a swing? Yeah. Oh yeah. Momentum. I mean, this is an exercise that takes strength and puts velocity into it, which means power. So you're going to have to hinge and swing, because ultimately what it's preparing us for, Steve, is standing with these dumbbells. And like whether I'm going here or here, right? It's the same thing. I'm using my hips to bring it up. We're just making you take the first step, in Emily's words, to kind of start to feel familiar with that hip to front rack. Yeah, great, Ray, exactly. And you got it, Steve. Okay. Jonathan, great work though. I really see your progress. Okay, Paul, let's do it. Dumbbell bench press. Paul and I have a secret joke. Playroom Paul. Okay, we're getting loaded. Great kick up, Paul. Paul, I want your feet down. Okay, I want your feet completely flat and down, and I want you to turn your butt on, which will give you a little bit of a healthy arch and tension in your core. So right away, feet flat, okay? And for anyone that's not as tall as Paul, and they're like, well, Jenna, my feet don't reach, then I want you to put weights underneath your feet, or even yoga blocks to give yourself stability with all four corners of your feet. Great breath. Not bad. I'll tell you what though, I'll take you 1 inch lower, Paul. See, the elbows are a little flared. I would take your dumbbells right here. So really, truly over that nipple line. For guys, and for girls, it's often kind of really like just where your bra band is. So I would take you a little lower, Paul, because we're getting a little bit into the shoulder and the front of the delt, and I'd rather have you have a little more chest. But we have great control. Good stability. I think you're going to feel a lot better when you put those heels down and squeeze your butt. Oh, see, that was a better rep. Oh, good shakes. Look at, see, it was interesting. His body self-corrected. Look at where the weight goes on this one. Boom. See the difference? That level of the angle of the arm changes, and now we're in a power position. It's good that the weights go up and a little bit over his eyes, but this is where you want to load from. Irina. Oh, we've talked about the pulley abs before. Let's see how we're doing. Okay. This is pretty darn close to perfect. 2 things I would like her to do, Irina, if you're listening or not. I want you to put your toes under. Get your feet active versus passive. Okay, so when they're folded under like this, they're not activated. And when you put your toes under and you squeeze your heels together, you get your glutes on and you create more stability over here. The other thing is I want you to see how the majority of her body weight is over here, right? They're kind of behind her knees. And I want the majority of your body weight over your knees. Okay, and you're going to feel more of your core activate. And that's what this exercise is designed for. So it's good, but I'm even seeing, look at her arms, the starting position. See how her arms are long? Look at the end of the crunch. And she's really bent. So I'd rather have like an in-between, kind of bent, kind of straight, and let your abs bring you down. You have to remember, this is designed to make your abs work. So this is only moving because you're crunching your abs. So again, I want her hips right here and the arms to stay a little bit longer. Okay. So it's not bad. I can't hear the exhale, but if you just transfer your hips 6 inches, 8 inches more forward, you're going to get a greater result on that core, babe. It's a tricky one. It took me time to figure that out in my own body. Like everybody's anatomy is different, but you'll find more. All right, Frederick. Brick press. Perfect start position, but I want to point out one thing at the end. Let's see. So remember we were watching the overhead tricep exercise, and I said, if Ben could just open up his lats and the back of his triceps more, he'd have more access. So from the front, I can see Frederick's getting length in his arms, but see how the weights are in front of him by about a foot? I technically want the press directly over his head, but because he doesn't have the axis, the weights are here, and he's arching to make it happen. So what we need to do, Frederick, is create more length in your armpit and your lats so you can stack this the right way. So let me show you what's happening. Right? Perfect start position. He doesn't have the axis, so he's arching like this. And from the front, looks like that, right? And he's hitting it for a moment. There's no way he could stay put because it would fall. That's why Frederick's kind of going like this. So what we need, and what it should look like from the side, you can see my rib cage is connected to my abs versus me flaring to get access, okay? So if we can keep some openness over here, we're gonna be able to go overhead, and it won't require you arching to get your weights up. And that's gonna put a lot of unnecessary stress into that mid back, okay? So you're close, but you're another one I would really highly recommend putting a little bit of fascia rolling into the beginning of your workouts. So you feel kind of like you've got some blood flow, you've got some tissue length, and like stretching is one thing, but when your muscles are a bit bound, nothing opens them up quite like fascial rolling. So that's why I want that, okay? Okay, one more with Frederick. This is a seated dumbbell rear fly. I love the position of his hinge, right? He should, like if this is his knees, right, feet, I like that he's got this pinched position. So he should be there. What this tells me are the weights are too heavy for the load, because I see an immediate request from traps. He's here and his arms are very bent. When I rear fly, my arms are micro bent like this. So all the pieces are correct, Frederick. I want you to lighten the load by half. And instead of like going in here, I want you to go wider and get between your shoulder blades versus your traps. Cool? Okay, Carol, here we go. Body weight squats. Oh, fantastic. So this is a fun option to talk about that exact cue I gave Sandra. So I do like this gentle turnout, Carol, in your front of your feet, but watch as Carol squats down. Oh, it's almost like she runs out of space. Like, where is she going to be able to go lower? Because she's kind of confined to the use of her inner thighs. See what I mean? And she's actually, Carrie, you have a really wonderful thoracic spine here. Actually, I'm going to do one more from the side here. So what I love what Carol's doing is she's really got a beautiful curve here. Her back is flat, but we're going to see more glute and leg engagement if we create some reaching from the groin. We just need a little more space to work in. And you'll see what happens is her heels gently kind of want to come up. So it's really not an ankle mobility issue for her. It's just the inner thigh. So Carol, as you're doing these bodyweight squats, think about reaching from the top of your inner thighs. Give me a little bit more reach there, and you're going to feel more glutes, more legs, and you're going to feel a lot stronger. But that was awesome. Really, really impressed, honestly. All right, John. I feel like you put an extra question in on this. Did I do it?
Question was about soreness.
Oh, the soreness. Okay, it was separate from this. Okay, thank you. Oh, I hate weights like that. Ugh.
And then
So
this one, it just rolls off the.
yeah, I know. What I don't like is that weight is still really, let's see. Even on your way down, see how in front you are? Your whole energy's over here, and I need this bar back to here. You know what I mean? Like your shoulders and your like I would just, if the bar is here, you need to shift 2 inches that like to the left. Does that make sense? Like you're just operating in this frontal plane, and I need that, like there's no triangle. See what I mean? When Nick teaches us about the triangle, you're almost making like an H. And I just really want that bar much closer to your body on the way down and on the way up. I'm going to look at your, and these weights are tough. I don't like lifting with them because of the octagon, they move around. But even as you step in, see how you're starting and your shins aren't on the bar? We have got to bring that bar the 6 inches closer. Because when you bend down, your knees, so your feet are here, your knees are here, you're forcing yourself to lift that in the frontal plane. And you're just making that bar heavier than it needs to be. So I just want you to get closer and wedge in. And maybe it will help to bring the bar up just a little bit more. That could be it. That could be it. Does that make sense, John?
Yeah.
Yeah. And even like I'd love to see your shoulders a little more locked in too. That's always been something we've talked about. I mean, you look, I mean, the triceps for days, this looks awesome. You look so strong. I just want to see this lock in more and really pulling yourself into that wedge into the bar. Okay. Yeah, this is the one I remember you talked about how it just rolled away. Yeah, it's just so far in front of you and needs to be right up and down. Cool.
Yep.
You've come so far though. It's miraculous. Okay, Goran. Looks like RDLs. Nice. The load is close. Good, flat back. Glutes are on. Pretty darn good. There's not a lot I'd say to this. That's tough. Those are 70s. And I love that when I see that loaded position, through a little bit of fatigue, you can see he's losing a little bit of stiffness in the upper back, but the lats are on. We're keeping this great bend in the knee for these RDLs. I think it's pretty good. The only thing I would honestly change a little bit is I would just tuck my chin a little bit more. With any kind of RDL or deadlift, I always have instead of like my eyes up, like instead of creating that kind of L in my cervical spine, I would just tuck your chin in a little bit, and it will allow you to push your hips even more backwards. We talk about closing the drawer behind us, but really good work. And you were really consistent. You held on to that form and position throughout the whole set. So you should feel good about that. Oh, nice. We get another chance to look at the abs. Oh, so a little bit better. So remember with Irina, she kept bringing her at least Goran's a little bit more stationary. I would still move your hips 3 inches forward, 3 to 6 inches forward, and make your center of mass a little higher. He's still doing the same arms going long and pulling. I would rather have you guys be at this kind of bend and not let your arms take up the cable, but let your abs take it up. Okay. The weight should be moving, not because anything your arms are doing. We are working your abs here. Okay. So that's a fun way to think. Am I moving this with my arms or my abs? Am I moving this with my hips or my abs? Start with a smaller range of motion on this exercise, guys. Try to find that connection, and then you can expand on the range. Home stretch. Okay, Mark. Barbells up, cool plates. So Mark, really, really natural strength here. I love your setup. I love how you get your shins right on the bar. What I'm looking for is this is the moment right before you lock in. And it's like you miss the lock in because you go from right here to up. There's no moment where you lock into that bar. And I think to be more descriptive is what I'm looking for, because this is a perfect position. We see the triangle, the hips are in the perfect position, everything moves at the same time. But Mark, what I want to see is it's almost like you're bringing your chest toward the bar. You're here, and I want you to do that. It's a 2-inch, it's a adjustment. It just lets you create tension in your body before you ask it to move the load. I've said it before in these Zooms, but like wedging is what it's called. So basically, we want to put tension in your body before you start to move. Okay. And so let me just show you, because like the reps looked great, but what I'd like to see, let's see if I can bring us down here. What I'd like to see. So you're here and you're just standing. I take a breath. I load, right? So I bend the bar in half. I think about bending my pinkies down and I'm ready. So I lock in my back. I bring my chest forward. You can see the difference between this and this. And all I'm doing is I'm just loading that bar into my body. I'm pushing it into my shins and I start to stand. That's why you'll see it's really popular on social media. You'll see people like deadlifting and getting like bloody shins. It's because they have anchored that bar in and then they start to, they scrape their shins sometimes, right? That's all. Got it. So I hope that makes sense. So just start to consider that locking in, Mark, and you're going to find that not only does the lift get easier, but you can go higher in weight because you have all the mechanics perfect. Just a quick addressing the abs. So Mindy, just take a yoga mat, fold it on itself a couple times and put it under your knees. You're saying you have issues with your knees. Standing doesn't really work. Put a yoga mat down, fold it up, and you'll be fine. The hands are always burning. Cecilia, I mean, I'm guessing you're using the rope. One, don't worry, the calluses will come. It's just a new exercise for you. It'll get better. But also, we're not death gripping, right? We should be holding with tension and letting, like your arms aren't doing the work. Your abs are. So lighten the weight, Cecilia. Make your abs do the work, and you won't feel it in your hands the way you're feeling it. Steve, one thing with straight deadlifts have confused me. Is there no bend in the legs? What exactly is the movement? Yeah. We've talked about this before, but let me just take a second here because it's been a minute since we've covered it. Straight leg deadlifts and Russian deadlifts or RDLs are very, very similar. A Russian deadlift, an RDL, has a bigger amount of load and bend in the knee, okay? So this is an RDL. Sliding the bar down. I get to just below my kneecap. I push my hips back. A straight leg deadlift has a micro bend, so I don't lock out. It has a micro bend in my knees, and the hips stay much higher. So the straight leg deadlift, you're going to have a much greater request on your hamstrings, and I tend to have a lighter, more medium load here. My RDLs, it's more glute hamstring tie-in, and I can move a heavy bar. Okay, so that's the main difference. Romanian, Russian. Listen, I was straight to conditioning conference. I just saw the chat. I was talking shop with some guy that was like in his 70s. He's like, show me what you're talking about, and I'll tell you what we used to call it. whatever. I don't know, like Bavarian, Bulgarian. I don't know. The lunge where my legs up behind me, right? Russian, Romanian. I mess them up all the time, but we all know what I'm talking about. Oh gosh, Brennan, Oregonian deadlifts. Great. Keep the names coming. Okay, let's see. Last two. Oh, this is the same one from Mark. We're good. All right, Ryan. Yes.
Hey, you got the name right.
Yeah, finally. I'm coachable. Oh, nice. Two questions, since I got you. Tell me why you want to be barefoot on this one. It's not wrong. It's not bad.
I was just doing deadlifts earlier and I didn't bother to put shoes on.
Totally cool. So this, guys, is a barbell high pull. This is exactly what we were talking about. So it's kind of exciting that we have one from Ryan. So from the beginning, I want to point out, your feet are in pretty good position, actually. Sometimes with Olympic lifts, I make my toes a little bit straighter. Like you're a little here, a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You're just pulling a little early, babe. So,
Okay.
Emily, this is helpful for you to see. So he's here, he's loaded. So let's see what happens. He comes to the ground, perfect deadlift position, perfect. Oh, he's starting to pull. Oh, shit, right? That technically the arms should be completely straight till
Mm.
probably here. The arms should be down here at this point.
Okay.
And then you've got this last like 20% in your hips. That's when the arms follow through. Now, this is a gorgeous triple extension. We call it a triple extension in wellness because it means the ankles, the knees, and the hips are fully open, fully extended. It is the best expression that we can get for when it comes to like powerlifting alignment. Like this is the holy grail. You hit triple extension, you can make a barbell move. So we have a little sad kitty from Ryan on here, meaning the elbows went a little low, mostly because it's just probably too light because you're learning this. So don't worry about it. As
Okay.
the load goes higher, it'll fix itself because you won't be able to get the bar that high. You could get it to maybe belly button height or just your chest, and that's plenty high. Okay. I do see a little, I'm going to be picky on you. See how you're kind of sickling your ankles?
Yeah.
Watch out for that. We want to make sure the feet are going straight. So let me do a stop share just because we got the time. And this is where, so here we are. Ryan's doing this. I'm going to the outsides of his foot. And if you look at just one foot at a time, I'll so I don't distract you guys. It's going out like that. And I need Ryan to go like this. Okay? It's really easy to go to the side of the foot. That's sickling. So I just want you to work on pushing through all 5 toes and going vertical. Okay? This is going to create some instability later. Not a big deal,
Okay.
but it makes sense when it comes with like longevity and having really strong feet. So boom, and it's just that flash versus a rollout. Okay?
Okay.
That's number one. But what's cool, hold on. Shoes on, hold on. And honestly, because of that, I'm not upset that you're barefoot, Ryan. And actually, maybe it's good for you, so you can really feel your toes pushing through. Just remember, like when you start to load, when that bar gets heavy, you will not be able to get it past here because honestly, what this is the prep is for a squat clean. So technically, Ryan doesn't need to get it to here. He just kind of needs to get it to here because then his body will do the rest of the work. It's really fun, right? So I would actually say, think about your feet, Ryan. And I would actually, were you on the call when we were doing ankle strength?
No.
Okay. Do calf raises. Watch that sickling, like straight up and down, right? Single foot, not dual. Single leg extra calf raises, 10 to 15 each side, looking down at that foot and making sure it's not sickling out to the side. Okay, you've got to do both. And I'll just show you because we're already here. So you'll do it one leg, straight leg, 10 each side, 10 each side, and then you're going to load the Achilles and the calf, and you're going to, from a loaded position, oof, that's my door, you're going to push up. Cool?
Ouch.
Yeah. It's so good. Guys, it's changed my life. Oh, that's hard. See how I want to get unstable? I've been lazy on these. Up and down. Up and down. And I swear I only started these last fall. And it's one of the reasons why I didn't tear anything when I dislocated my knee, because my lower legs were so strong. So I want you to think about that so your feet are stronger as you're going. But I don't know, man. You should load some extra weight up. But just make sure, because two things. When it's heavier, you're not going to be able to pull that sucker early, right? You can't. You're just not going to be able to. You put 135 on the bar. Yeah, right. You're not going to upright row 135. So think about that. That will help you actually.
Okay. Now, was some of that from my feet not pointing outward? Would that cause some of that instability, or is it just need to focus more
Your early
on
pull is you just excited to pump. Like that's anticipatory behavior for lifting. It's totally normal. But that instability in your feet is going to show up in your lunges, in your squatting, in life. So I just see that sickling and I'm like, oh, we gotta straighten her out.
Okay.
That's all.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Good call. Mindy said these are great for your knees. Yes, it is. I think that was the last one. Yeah. Yeah. So we have been here for an hour. We're crushing it. I am going to jump into questions in the app unless anybody had a specific question about some of the videos we did today that they wanted further explanation on. Okay. Yeah. And guys, okay. Sandra, love you, girl. Great to see you. I love adding the calf, like 10-10, 10-10 at the beginning of my workouts. It just warms up my feet. If you guys want to start to add it in. All right, I'm going to try to bust this up. John, we're just going to start with you because we actually talked about your soreness question. It was actually Mindy and I, Aurora, we all laughed. We were giggling. He goes, will I ever not be sore? Especially in the lower half. So listen, this is the most real program there is on the planet. Okay, guys, we train you very, very strategically to create challenge and stimulus in your body. When I hear someone always being sore, like having a little soreness is fine. But if you're like really having a hard time getting around, I always look at what's your recovery like? Okay. The way we used to recover in our 20s and 30s is just not the way we can recover now. And so I personally think about, okay, how is your sleep? How is your protein levels? Creatine is a great option for everybody, especially women. But like, if you're struggling to recover and feeling that soreness, that's what I would look into your recovery, John. Yeah, I see you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not debilitating. It's just constantly there. And it used to be you'd work out and then you'd have it and then it would go away, but it just never goes away. And it never like this week we were deadlifts two routines in a row. So Tuesday deadlifts, Thursday deadlifts, and it's just the backside, the back of your glutes, your hamstrings.
Yeah.
I do the FUBAR diet, so I'm getting 7 servings of protein every day, and
my brain goes a couple places. You might actually just need more tissue care. Like I get a massage every single month. It's not luxury. This is part of like function. I have a physical job. I'm a very physically active person. So are you. I get the tissue. I get it worked. I bring fresh blood in. My tissue needs help recovering. If you don't want to do a massage or go somewhere, whatever, foam rolling, that fascial massage is a great thing. I have one in my living room, and I put on an episode of The Office and I roll for 22 minutes, and that's what I do. And I laugh and I kind of forget I'm rolling. So that could be something. And also, have you been operating on that fixed schedule?
Yeah, it's every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. So part of this too is saying, like, that's why I like the flexible schedule. I'll keep shouting it from the rooftops. Sometimes I'm like, dude, I just need an extra day. I just need an extra day. So maybe that's, keep it fixed, but then maybe, oh, I'm really sore from Tuesday still. Well, then do Thursday on Friday and then do Saturday on Sunday. You guys at this point know your body, and you should start taking liberties with what you need. And that's why that's there. That's why when in the app, it says, are you completing for today or tomorrow? Right? So maybe look into your recovery. I would also really consider you looking into some magnesium.
Okay.
Magnesium is great for tissues, right? And then adjust those rest days in as you need more. Yeah, maybe do that for a couple of weeks, because I do every other week. So maybe in 2 weeks, come back with me with how, if you've been consistent, like how the soreness has affected you or shifted at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And thank you. Emily gave a great thing too. Like she says, the hot bath really helps her. Wet heat is my savior.
I do go in the hot tub
Great.
3 or 4 nights a week.
Okay, so my other side, if you're doing that, which is great, you're losing a lot more water. So double check your hydration and electrolytes.
Okay.
Yeah, just more diligent, but great question for everybody to hear the answer to. This was actually really sweet. Stephen goes, I'm just wondering how you and the team manage to get your daily steps. Do you aim to walk every few hours at once? Any tips for people that work at home or sit a lot? So I'm a little bit lucky because I have a physical job. I'm always walking from client to client, but as somebody in LA, this is just not a walking city. I do not walk anywhere. So I make it a point to. I'm really vocal on social media. I do a midday mile every day. I make myself stop, breathe, guys. It takes 20 minutes, 17 minutes if you push it. Go out and stroll. If that's part of your lunchtime, like we all have the time to do that. I think that I know with Bornstein and Catch, they've got 2 little kids. I mean, I think that's that's a built-in racetrack as far as I'm concerned. So that I just make conscious time to build it in. The days that I know I'm in my car a lot, driving to all my clients, or I've just been behind, like I just make myself stop and walk. Like even if I've got 10 minutes, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna get out of my car. As I'm sitting in my car and answering emails and texts, I walk. And I think that's just what it is. I don't make any time too short to be valuable. 3 minutes, I'm walking. I'm just going to start walking. That's what I do. And I know we're getting into a tricky season with some people that are in the Northeast or Northwest, but the reality is it's like, it's there for you. And that's what I do. Yeah. Yeah. There's another great option here because Sibian just said I have a collie. So the walk is not for me. It's for my dog. You get a pet, that'll fix you right up. Okay. And by the way, if anybody else has ideas that will help him, please go ahead and add that in the chat. I think that's a great thing to like what works for you. I mean, I know families that do dance parties at night with their kids. It's you're stepping in place, but it works. And even during the winter months, like I'm hosting I've always hosted step challenges and ruck challenges, and I'll march in place during a commercial break. It seems so silly, but it really works. It really adds up. And I am actually, if anybody's interested, I am hosting a December ruck challenge starting on the 1st. So if you're interested, let me know. I can post the link in here. Here, I'll do it really quickly before I forget. Basically, you just complete a marathon distance, so 26.2 miles with a ruck. You can use a Go Ruck, like I know a lot of us have, or like a backpack with a weight in it. You can do 26.2 miles in one day. You could do 1 mile, 26 different days. If someone's unmuted, would you mind fixing that? It's coming across with feedback. Thank you. Somebody's got the TV on or they're chatting. Maybe they opened it on their pocket. You know what? I might be able to do this. Noah, can you mute all? I think you might have the button just to mute all.
Yeah.
It's kind of
sorry.
Thank you, sweet.
It better?
Thank you. Oh, brilliant. Thank you.
See, sorry.
No, it's
I was
okay.
making a graphic for social media. Sorry about that.
Oh, it was Noah.
No, it
I was
wasn't
like,
me.
somebody
I was
passed me.
saying I would have muted them quicker, but I was
Oh, I got
multitasking.
it.
I
No, you're great.
apologize.
You're great. Jamie, I see you need to go. I got you, no problem. So I just posted the link, guys, my Go Rec event. Net proceeds go to my favorite charity that helps veterans. So, but it's really great. A lot of us in the app are doing it. December's a hard time to get moving. So again, 26 miles in a day or all across the month is fine. And you enter to win a ruck from Go Ruck, and then also XPT is a really fun travel experience company, and they're going to give a free trip away as well. So just fun incentives to get us moving. Lisa, great. I love these suggestions. Keep it going. And Cece, I have a 12 pounder and I have a 16 pounder. So I have both depending on what I need. Oh, good. Kate, you're signed up. Okay, that's done. So I thought this was a great Benoit was saying I always get a cramp in my right hamstring when I'm doing heavy weight single leg hip raises. Okay, so that's like a glute bridge basically. He said that's all after only a few reps. And he also recognizes that he cannot go as high with his hip on that one side because it's normal what's going on. So you have to realize that like not all of our muscle is always going to be identical in strength and in capacity. And especially since hamstrings are directly tied to our pelvic floor and our hips, it's not uncommon to be a little bit off center with our hips and therefore create a different kind of tension and position for our hamstrings and in our adductors. Okay. So I have the same thing actually, Ben, with my right hamstring. It just tends to be because it's weaker. And when you start to lift, you can't go as high and it starts to cramp because it starts basically working beyond its coverage, right? Right. Like what's that thing when you're like dating above, like you're what's that?
Out kicking your
I'm missing.
coverage.
Yeah, you're out kicking. Thank you. You're out kicking coverage. So what I have started to do is work isometrics and pulses with the weaker leg and really making sure I'm getting stronger. And what often happens, and for me, I was recruiting in my adductors and I was recruiting in my quads to help compensate for that weakness. So it's not bad. It's a muscular thing. If you just work on getting stronger, the cramping will go away because you're engaging properly and you're getting that muscle stronger. So I wouldn't think too hard on it, but it is a signal saying I need to get stronger.
So that would be by doing isometric holds,
I
right?
like isometrics, but I like pulses with it because the isometrics are going to help you strengthen the origin and insertion of those tendons and ligaments. The pulses are going to help with the belly of the muscle a little bit more, which both are going to be important for you. The
Okay.
key will be shortening the range and really getting thoughtful about how you're loading, right? Just shorten the range of motion, find the grip of the hamstring and release. If you start to feel it cramp, back off, reset your hips, re-get into position and go again. I
All right.
literally am going through the exact same thing right now, so I feel you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sure. All good, Ryan, all good. Oh, yeah, thank you, Ben. Punching above my weight, so funny. Great. This was from April. I know she's playing tennis. She's at nationals playing tennis in Tucson right now. So go April. But she was talking about what am I go-to for quick energy, trying to use honey packets during tennis matches. So I have two answers. So when I need that quick energy, and Momentous has these great fuel packets, it's basically 25 grams of carbs and sugar. So there's that I would put in my water bottle while you're at these matches, or if anybody's like in that mix of a big day. But the energy, I think the honey packet, and even it's so funny, a mustard packet is what I carry with me. Mustard is great with the electrolytes. I know, Peggy, I saw your face. That's what I did during CrossFit. I just took a mustard packet and just downed it And then, but the honey is a great option. It's such a pure form of sugar. It gets into your blood, gets into your muscles. Your body runs on sugar. So I think what you're doing, April, is actually already great. But try the mustard packets with the amount you're sweating. It'll help. Matt, great question. So I have been actually testing my Whoop. I've never used, I use a step counter, like a pedometer, and a G-Shock watch. I don't use trackables. What this has been fun for is really accurate step readings. And it's been really good information when I have poor sleep and how that affects me during my day. It's been good accountability. Like if I stay up and I have some wine or beers, whatever, and I'm like, I'm fine, I'm good the next day. And then I look and I see what it does to my heart rate, my heart rate variability, my respiratory rate, my ability to recover. And when you see for me, it's been like a like crack of the whip. Like you having 5 beers is a lot of fun, but there is a cost. And I don't think I was fully willing to look at the cost. And so I was ignoring it. And I was like, I don't care. I'm Jen. I'm from Chicago. I drink beer. And I'm like, yeah, it's actually really trashing your system. And for me, the accountability came around what goals are mine? Does this take me towards that goal or not? And that's where I use the information. So that's what I would tell you, Matt.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. It's been interesting. It's been a good accountability, to be really honest. I used to not like wearables because it's like, it says you're 8 ready, you're 18 readiness. I'm like, stop it. Don't make me feel psycho here. Like, you know what I mean? I really think thoughts are real, and what you think is real, placebo is real, whatever. So I thought that's why I was so resistant, but this has been actually pretty cool. Bridget wrote in, she was at a gym working in a workout. The program said to do chin-ups, and she's like, damn it, I still can't do them. This is something we've covered before. Actually, John Hartley was the one that set us on track in Austin with the eccentric pull-up. So Bridget, what I love teaching is, even if you're in that class and it has pull-ups on the prescription for the day, I do eccentric pull-ups, which means you basically step on a higher box. So you feel very safe and stable, and you grab the pull-up bar and you jump up to it. So it's not a very big jump. It's like you jump to chin over bar and you slowly lower yourself down, right? Put your foot back in the box, reset, jump, slow. And I teach this in my women's lift club a lot too. So some people are like, oh, I can't handle my body weight yet. Like I'll feel like I'll fly off. You can add like one of those big bands for support under your foot and to help you kind of do it. So that eccentric work is huge. And if you're like, Jen, I'm so not ready to hang from something, you can do that easily with like a lat pull down bar. Same thing. You get the pull down, slowly release. Yeah. That's the number one way to get good at it. Elena asked a great question. How much should the minimum weight be for a dumbbell to do the intermediate dumbbells program for women? The goal is to be healthy and strong and potentially fat loss. So what's exciting about strength training is it rarely has to do with the number on the dumbbell or the number on the bar. What we're looking for from you is RPE, rate of perceived exertion. So if you are working with that dumbbell in that program and it feels like a 4 out of 10 difficulty, 5 out of 10, that dumbbell's too light. So I want you to operate on, well, what's challenging for me? And so I want everyone operating at a 7 and 8 RPE. Like this is an 8 out of 10 hard for me. And even as you're getting more advanced, a 9 or 10 out of 10. But since it sounds like you're intermediate and you're learning, part of what you're doing in this program is learning your limits, learning what challenges me, but what can I remain in control of with the positions? What can I maintain full range of motion with? And that's how you start to decide what's the right dumbbell. So I like to have, because the positions change, it'd be nice to have like the 3 bears, right? Too hot, too cold, just right. A 5, a 10, a 15. A 15, a 20, a 25. Give yourself a place to go up or down. And that's a really good place to start. You don't need a whole rack of dumbbells, but that's the way you do it. So again, as long as you're hitting that 7 or 8 out of 10 effort, it's the right amount. And I've said this before, and it's important to say it again. Sometimes if I've got a 35-pound dumbbell, it feels like a 7 to me. Other days it feels like an 11. And I'm like, I can't believe I used this yesterday, right? So what you're going through in your day and your stress and your sleep cycle and your menstrual cycle, like whatever's going on, like you'll have varying degrees of output and feeling. So just know that, like, don't judge yourself based on what the dumbbell you pick up. Like judge yourself based on, oh, I went for my 8 out of 10 and that was what I nailed today. It's really important. Yeah, Sue. So the answer is yes. It's a great question. Sue says, well, thanks. Should we be able to finish the set? So here's where it gets tricky. As we're getting stronger, that it changes a little bit. So if you finish the set 7, 8, 9, 10, it's too light. If you're going 7, 8, I don't have 1, let alone 2. Take them down. And you have one of 2 options, Sue. You drop the weight, you shake your arm out, you shake your legs out, take 10, 15 seconds, pick them back up, finish the set. 1, 2, right? 9, 10. Or we do what I call a drop set, and I do every single day. Let's see, I'm doing 7 and 8. I've got 20s in my hands. I'm like, oh, I can't finish the set. I put the 20s down, I grab the 15s, I go 9 and 10. So I like that because it's a great way to embark on a new set of dumbbells and on your strength journey. So you should be able to finish the set, but just if you take a break and if you drop the weight a little, it's fine. It's not going to matter. But you want to be pushing that limit. Okay. Mason, I see you got to go. You're amazing. Thanks, buddy. We're almost at the end here. Anton said, hey, I won't be able to be going to the Zoom, but I want to ask what the benefits of cardio and how to implement it best for the workout. So I live in 2 lanes of cardio. He talked about like longer life, general great health into a higher age. So we have a built-in warm-up in the app and it's fine. I always love sitting on a bike or going for a walk for about, 5 to 10 minutes. Level 1, you're moving, your heart rate doesn't go above 105 or 110. You're just getting blood moving. You're just getting that low grade, nice strengthening of the heartbeat. Today I did 50 minutes because I got too busy with other things. I did 50 minutes at like a 107 heart rate on the bike. It is wonderful. It's a great way to work that baseline strength and health. And you're going to see that in other ways. The other side of that is sprint training. I think moving dynamically with high intensity in a safe way is one of the best ways to stay resilient, both with your heart and with your body long term. So I encourage anyone that's new to sprint training to do it on a bike. You grab a seat and even those assault bikes or the bikes, whatever, you sprint 15, 20 seconds at a time. Rest for 90 seconds. You can do a bike, you can do a rower, you can do an elliptical, you can do a ski erg. As you get more confident, you can add in sprints. I have a little hill outside my house. My neighbors probably think I'm bananas. And I just run up it. I think I look like an Olympian. I took a video once to post it for like social media. And I was like, oh, I am not posting this video. I'm like, dude. Like I was not moving as fast as I thought I was moving. But that sprint training is really great for bone density, for what it does to your central nervous system, for fast twitch fibers and fat burn. So those are the 2 ways I play. In the beginning, warming up, getting myself and my body and my mind into the room. And then at the end, like when I'm done with my lifting, I'm like, okay, I'll have a little low calorie dessert and I'll do like 3 to 5 sets of sprints. Cool. All right, Ray, see you, buddy. Don't worry, guys, we're almost at the end. We only have 2 questions to go. Dan, this was a great question. What determines he was having issues with the calculator, like the 1 caloric drink of the week, 1 free meal, and then by Wednesday they reset. there's some glitchy things happening with the upgrade. So just guys know that it's that you get one a week, Monday through Sunday. If it resets, it's just us upgrading and trying to get our shit together. So just you get one. The reset Wednesday doesn't mean it was an accident. Sorry, Dan. Bummer. I know. Let's see. Last question was Patrick talking about activating his hips during deadlifts and other exercises. He finds one is more dominant than the other. Yeah, a lot of this, what we're doing is we're putting you in positions and we're asking you to train your neurology to switch back on muscle groups. You'll find that even pressing, you'll see someone's like maybe your right arm does this and your left arm does this, right? So it's a matter of slowing the movements down. Tempo is your best friend. If you're using these workup sets with your hips, really, really think about activating as you go. And there's fun things you can do. One of my favorite things, Patrick, is like I think about pushing really hard on my big toe and squeezing the cheek of that leg. Okay. So I'll stand in like a squat, like a low squat, and I hold a rig or something stable. Why don't I just show you guys? Here we go. How do I make this happen for you? Okay. I think this is the best way. And we'll use the Swiffer to give me balance. So use a broom, use something sturdy, and I sit like in a low squat. You can't see my feet, but basically I push my big toe down on my right leg, and I squeeze that hip. I turn it on, I push it out. I squeeze, 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 and relax. And I dump in. Big toe, right foot, big cheek, right cheek. Go, go, go. From the front, just so you know, it looks like this. Nothing fancy. I'm not doing anything with the left side, but big toe, right cheek. And you can see how like my right cheek's activated, my left isn't. I'm just activating it, right? Do 2 or 3 one side, shake it out, down, right, left toe, left cheek, pushing, 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 relax. Low squat again, big toe, right cheek. Because what I'm asking you to do specifically with this hip health, as I'm saying, I want your foot to be flat and activated, and I want your knee to not cave in. So I'm asking your body to like move in oppositions. And there's little techniques like this that you can use to really start to find that hip activation. So when you're not under load. So I do this before I squat, and I do that before I deadlift. Because I'm like, I just need to make sure these cheeks are firing. And it's almost like if anybody in colder weather, you start your car and you let it run for 5 minutes. That's it. We're just setting a neurological pattern, brain to body, and that association of keeping your foot really activated while activating that hip out. So it's a really fun way to kind of get going. And then you'll find when you go into that exercise, you're like, oh, my hips are on. I've got this, right? And before you know it, if you're consistent, you won't even have to do the toe hip activation anymore because it's there for you. I do it that way, which is a little bit higher level, but try it. You'll see what I mean. You can do glute bridges. You can do holds, really get in your glutes. You can even do active clams, like staying, Suzanne Summers, stand your side, open that knee up and let your cheek pull your leg up. So just do a little primer is kind of what I would call it, a little primer.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Did that make sense? Is that okay?
Very much so, yeah.
Okay, amazing, amazing. All right, Patrick. All right, guys, that's all I have. I made it in an hour and 28 minutes. I feel like I'm a hero, right? I know. I see all the clapping. Oh, wait. Oh, Mason, happy birthday. I didn't realize that. Oh, he probably already left. Shoot, happy birthday. That's everything. Anything lingering our last 2 minutes? Because I'll try to get us done in a nice time. No happiness. All right, go watch Coach Nick. Go blow up his social media. Go into the app tonight. Get into the groups. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't feel pressured, but jump into groups where you're like, you know what? I need accountability here. Use the link in the chat for my ruck challenge. I would love to have you. It'll be a blast. And I think that's everything. All right. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you in the app. Okay? See you in the shoes.